Hi everyone, it's Don from Don's Family Vacation, and everybody who travels out there has their great vacation, the best vacation they've ever had, things that happen, and they have their worst vacation that they've ever taken and has ever happened. And as most of you know, I've been on about 85 cruises now, and I'm trying to schedule one for later in the fall, depending on how my surgeries go later on this month. And That'll be 86. So in all that times, I do have one cruise that stood out, and I kind of did it to myself, and that's for the clients that I had when I'm selling travel. Kept on asking me about this, so I decided to do it. So coming up next, I'm going to talk to you and tell you about a cruise scam, worst cruise I've ever been on in 85 cruises over 35 years. So if you want to hear more about that, stay tuned because it's coming up right after this. So about 4 years ago or so, I kept on getting a lot of clients telling me, hey, look at this, cancel my cruise because I just won a 3-day cruise to the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And I kept on going, wow. And it happened over and over and over again. And finally in 2014, I decided to look into this. And so many of you might have gotten this. You'll get a letter in the mail saying, congratulations, you just won a free cruise. Or you'll get a random phone call or something on the internet, and they're all saying, oh, what's the number on the envelope that you received? Oh, congratulations, you won the free cruise. Or they'll just call up and say, congratulations, you're the 100th caller, you won a free cruise. And you're all excited. Wow, I got a 3-day Caribbean vacation on a cruise ship. And it's Caribbean Cruise Line. So, oh my God, they're really famous. They have Oasis of the Seas and stuff like that. Yeah, no, it's not Royal Caribbean, it's Caribbean Cruise Line. So let's get that straight right away. They have no association with Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. And trust me, there's a night and day difference between the two. So let's get that straight right away. So people were telling me about this, so I decided to, call the number when I got one of these in the mail. And I called the number, and the guy's on the line, and congratulations, and everything's included, and all this other stuff. We're going to send you the tickets online to your mail and everything like that. And I'm going, okay, all right. So, and I said, there's no cost, right? There's no cost whatsoever. And they're going, nope, there's no cost. You've won the 3-day Caribbean cruise, all inclusive, everything included. Oh, great. So then I get the package in the mail, and I open it up, and it looks like an official ticket boarding pass, but it's not. In fact, they even have the old carbon paper. If some of you are my age, you know that used to duplicate things. If you wanted the same signature to go through on a piece of paper, you put carbon underneath it, you'd sign it, and then it would go through on the multiple copies below. Well, it's on there, but it's not carbon. It just looks like carbon. It's made to look like it's going to record, but if you put your hands on it, nothing comes off. If you write, it doesn't copy anything. So right away, my suspicions jump from here to here. And I know that this is not going to go well just from looking at that. After all is said and done, I call them up, and I'm going on this cruise on a certain day, and lo and behold, it's a 3-day Caribbean cruise, but 2 days before that, in Miami, I have to sit through a sales pitch for timeshares at one of the hotels. And lo and behold, while I'm in the Caribbean, I have to take another hotel tour and do another seminar there where they're going to try and sell me stuff. And this is not a half-hour or a 45-minute sales pitch. It was a 5-hour sales pitch in each place, and very, very high pressure. So right away, if you're one of those people who don't like to be pressured into things like pushy salesmen and everything, and it makes you really uncomfortable, avoid this at all costs, because you're going to have to sit through those, and that's 10 hours of them grilling you, trying to get you to sign on the dotted line to spend your money at their resorts. So My 3 day crew vacation turns into 7 days, and I do get to stay at the resort for free, but I still have to pay for this. And also, I have to pay for the cruise to the resort. I have to pay for my own transportation there. So that costs me about $50 worth of fees just to get there and $50 to get back. The cruise itself cost me around $87 in fees and everything per person on the cruise itself. So another $150, $160 there, which isn't so bad if that's all it was. I could live with that, but because I had to sit through those timeshares, it basically those 4 days of the 7 day vacation were completely wasted and ruined, and it was just horrible because they did everything. In fact, one of them turned into like 7 hours because they kind of take you to the spot where you need a ride back, and so if you need, they need to call the ride for you. You can't call the ride, so. They were trying to pressure me really good, but luckily for me, I'm pretty strong-willed, and no, you're not going to sucker me in that way. So let's say you don't mind the sales pitch, you still don't mind, I'll say $150, $160 in fees, and you go on the cruise. So you're on this cruise line, ocean liner, and guess what? No, it's not a cruise ship. It's an old ferry that they converted into a cruise ship. In fact, when you're on board, they show you a model of the ship, and you can see the bottom 4 decks have model cars and everything in them because it used to be a ferry. So you can imagine that because it was built to handle just passengers crossing from one area to the other with cars, it's not set up properly for a cruise. So you don't have specialty dining on this cruise. There's only buffet style dining. You don't have water slides and things like that. You have a pool, maybe a couple sauna, like hot tubs, and that's it. They don't have a big spa on this ship. They do have somebody who does massages. It's in like a small little room that would be smaller than your apartment building, and they have like 2 little massage chairs in there, and that's it. It's not designed to be a luxury cruise by no means. The food itself was way below par for a buffet on a cruise ship. I mentioned, Royal Caribbean. Well, you would throw your food back if it tasted like this on those cruise lines. But you're not paying for it supposedly, and this is the food they're giving you, and it was not great. The rooms themselves were very, very small, smaller than the average cruise ship that's out there. Some of the balconies were what you call French balconies, and if you know what I mean by that, it means yes, there's a balcony there, but the railing is right here. So you don't have a deck chair or anything to sit out on and enjoy your balcony on the cruise. You basically have a window that you can let some fresh air in. That's what they consider some of their balconies. And yeah, I did not have a good time on this cruise. High pressured sails, no spa, no water slides, 1 pool, 2,000 people on the ship trying to fit into that 1 pool because there's nothing else to do on the ship. And then at night I said, they have at least some entertainment in the main area. And I went down there, and the entertainment they had was the ship entertainment director singing show tunes. And trust me, they would have been booed off stage at any karaoke anywhere in the country. It was really, really bad. And so, bad entertainment, no water slides, no spa, no specialty dining, no nothing on this cruise but water, a small pool. And then you have your rooms, which are really, really tiny, no real balconies. And it was, if you're in an office building and you see them put up these dividers to make small offices in your large office area, that's basically what the walls were made of on this cruise. So it was paper thin. I could hear the music playing 4 decks above me. That's how paper thin this entire ship seemed to be. So I can only imagine the poor people who were right underneath it. There's no way they got any sleep till 3 or 4 in the morning. And yeah, so long story short, if you get one of these offers, be prepared because it's really horrible. If you're a cruiser to begin with, you will hate the cruise. If it's your first time cruise, you still might be a little excited because it's, a first time cruise. But trust me, it compares nothing to any regular cruise line out there. And after everything was said and done, that cruise ended up costing me about $500 a person. So you can easily find a Carnival cruise out there for $500 a person, easy. And you'll have a much better time, lots better food, much better entertainment, and it'll probably be a longer cruise to boot. So if you see these flyers or you get these phone calls, rip them up or hang up on them, because it's not worth the bother to go on. So I hope you liked this video about my horrible cruise vacation, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tips and cruise videos and things like that, please hit the subscribe button. And if you have any comments or requests about videos you'd like to see or areas you'd like me to cover, please leave me a message. I get back to everyone who comments. And until next time, everybody please have a safe and a great vacation.